You're listening to Intuitive Blueprint Podcast, episode 90. Today, we're talking about how to be at cause. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. I'm so excited to have you here. Thank you so much for taking the time to invest in your mind and doing it with me today. If you're a brand new listener, my name is Shanae. I'm your host. I'm a spiritual success and life coach, and my obsession, my mission, my vision is helping coaches just like you master the power of your feminine energy so that you can become the confident, authentic leader you are here to be, so that you can run your business with confidence and ease. And if you're a returning listener, welcome back. So this week, we're going to be talking about how to be at cause and how being at cause truly is the stepping stone to being able to create impact in this world. Right now, I'm in LA in real time. I'm here for a trainer's training so that I can be the best trainer for NLP. So I don't talk about this very much, but this year I got my practitioner and master practitioner certification in NLP, and it has been hands down the best training that I've done for myself. To be able to impact myself and to be able to change my own life, my own mindset, as well as being able to bring the tools and techniques to my clients to really help them shift their mindset at a subconscious level, not just the conscious level of coaching, but the subconscious level, which is 99.996% of our brain. So that's what I'm here doing. I'm here being certified as a trainer of NLP so I can launch my own certification program. And my own certification is going to be NLP combined with Reiki energy healing, because that's how I coach my clients. And the integration of both has just been so profound. I've got clients who have been doing coaching for years and years, and they've gone to therapy and they've done the things, and being able to integrate energy healing into the work that we do of balancing their masculine and feminine and healing wounds and truly stepping into the person that they're here to become. It's like we need both, right? They need both that energy healing along with the subconscious mindset reprogramming. So I'm here getting certified to be a trainer, and it has been probably one of the stretchiest weeks I've had, like really stretching myself outside of my comfort zone, having to get up in front of the class every single day to speak. And not just that, but they throw these like random exercises at you that you're not ready for. And on the fly, like on the dot, you just have to perform and do it. So it's been extremely stretchy and good, stretching myself outside of my comfort zone. So, with me being here, I'm sort of revisiting all of the content of coaching as well as NLP. And 2 weekends ago, I hosted my first spiritual success and life coaching certification. So I put my manual together. I certified 4 of my clients, and revisiting that information also got me really thinking about this certain thing that's called the empowerment formula. And it's about learning how to be at cause and how it's really the foundation of personal development. It's the foundation of mindset work. And as a coach, it's the foundation of what you teach your clients. Because if your clients do not know how to be at cause, then they're not going to be able to move forward. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to dive in. I'm going to teach you about the empowerment formula, how being at cause is what's going to drive momentum forward, victim versus victor mentality, and the sacrifice of living at effect of others, what you sacrifice when you do so. So I'm really excited. Let's dive in. So when I say how to be at cause, what I'm talking about is, actually, let me back up. So the way that we teach being at cause, the way that I teach it to my clients is what I call the empowerment formula. And this is cause versus effect. So if you're a visual learner, C for cause, and then the greater than arrow, and then effect. What this means is that, well, the question is, are you living at cause or are you living at effect? When you're living at effect, you're living at effect of other people's lives. And this is when you'll find yourself creating a lot of excuses for why you're not doing the things that you want to be doing. So living at effect sounds like, well, I can't do this until this happens, or I wish I could do that, but I'm waiting for so and so, right? So always living at effect. You could be living at effect of the economy. You could be living at effect of your environment. You could be living at effect of other people's actions, and you could be living at effect of your own life. And this is the number one thing that holds people back, is not knowing and not being able to move themselves to cause. So, along with your visual learning, so where you put cause greater than effect, underneath cause, write results, and then underneath effect, write reasons. If somebody is living at effect, they're going to find all of the reasons why they haven't done or can't do what they want to do. If someone is living at cause, they're going to have results, right? They're going to be in charge of the results of their lives. Ask any person who is successful, has attained success. It's always because they are the result of their success. Rarely will you find somebody who has success and who got it by being at effect of something else. Okay. So how do you be at cause? How can you move yourself to cause? If there's any problem that you're experiencing in life, the question is going to be, how am I at cause for this? How am I at cause for this? And this, back way back in the day, a lot of spiritual teachings even go as far to say, if that there is war in the world, to ask oneself, how am I at cause for that? I always take it a step further. And if I have a client who may not be doing as great as they want, or if I'm, putting my expectations on them, I can ask myself, how am I at cause for this? If I attracted a client who just, wasn't the right fit for me, how am I at cause for this? Me getting kicked out when I was in high school, how am I at cause for that? It's very important to be able to shift your mindset and to take radical responsibility and personal accountability for your life, because as long as you're living at effect of others, you're never going to be in control of your life. Control is an illusion. We don't have control over everything, but you do have control over your life when you are at cause. When I have a client who is really unable to move forward and she's very stuck, it's because she's at effect. So it might sound something like, well, my mom never loved me, and that's why we have this relationship. And so my question to her is, how are you at cause for that? And as long as you cannot answer that question, you cannot move forward. And that's going to be the sacrifice of living at effect, is that you may sacrifice your happiness. You may sacrifice your own success. You may also sacrifice love, because at the end of the day, if we can put ourselves at cause, it doesn't mean that we have to forgive the other person, but you can put yourself at cause, which is then going to move you out of resentment or anger. And it's ultimately going to move you towards love. In my certification course, there's a story that my trainer was saying about how he was at a like a conference, like at an event, and they were talking about the empowerment formula and cause versus effect. And the sensitive part of this subject is, well, what if someone was abused growing up? What if they were sexually abused or just abused by their parents? And a woman came up to the podium, and she was sharing her story of how she was, how do I put it, she was, I guess her parents had basically turned her into a child prostitute. And the speaker, the coach, asked her, how are you at cause for that? And here's the story. She wanted to be a coach for women who were sexually abused and trafficked. And she was having a hard time getting these women to be able to kind of like heal fully. So he asked her, well, where are you at in your healing journey? How are you at cause for that? And, the whole audience was like, Like, what? How can you ask her that? This woman was trafficked out by her own parents. Like, how is that her fault, right? That's how most of the audience is going to react and respond to that. And I think she was pretty taken aback. It sounded like she, was like, "Well, I'm not, that's not my fault. Like, I was little, like I couldn't make that choice for myself." And then towards the end of the training, she came back and she was like, "I'm really happy that you asked me that question, because now I can see how I'm at cause for that." And she was able to take ownership and personal responsibility and accountability for her past and heal and let go so that she could truly become the best version of herself. And so, when you're working with a client who, perhaps is very hung up on childhood trauma or past relationship trauma, if they were abused, if they were in toxic relationships, you want to ask this question with the utmost rapport. So rapport is when your energy is subconsciously linked together. It's one thing that I teach in my coaching certification, because if you're in rapport, then the other person, your client, is going to feel safe. They're going to feel like they're in sync with you, and it's not going to feel as if like they're being interrogated or questioned, because um, when we're living out of fact, these can become beliefs, right? They can become limiting beliefs. And the thing with beliefs is that they're so deeply rooted in our subconscious that a lot of times when you question someone's actions or you question someone's beliefs, and as a coach, that's our job, right? We're here to bring the best out of our clients. And so we're going to want to ask those hard questions of them that's going to help them to shift their mindset. One of the things I always pre-frame with my clients is, I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to be your coach. And because of that, I may ask questions of you that stretch you outside of your comfort zone and really challenge you. But that's because it's an opportunity for you to grow. So you want to make sure you're in rapport when you're asking these questions so that they do feel safe to respond to you. But we need to ask these questions sometimes. And when you can then truly be at cause for everything that's happened in your life, nothing is going to keep you stuck. Nothing is going to hold you back. And that, I think, is, or I know, is the number one principle of success, is you have to be willing to be at cause for every single thing in your life, whether it be something that bad that happened to you or something positive that happened to you. For myself, I've kind of shared my story here and there with you guys, but when I was in high school, I got kicked out. So I just turned 18. It was February of whatever year I graduated, 2009, and going to a really big fight with my dad. And he said, "Get out." And I was like, "You know what? I will." And for 10 years, I lived that effect of that. For 10 years, I used my willpower to push myself to success. But my mindset was always, well, you kicked me out. You did this to me. I am the way that I am because of you. And I'm so happy that I've been able to heal. And the only way that I was able to heal was when I took personal responsibility and turned it around and looked at my own self and asked myself, how was I at cause for that? How was I at cause for getting kicked out? And within doing that work, I'm able to look back and say, you know what, I'm at cause for that, because ultimately I didn't want to be there. Like, I didn't want to live at home. So I probably manifested it a bit. I am at cause for it because of the relationship that we had. It just was a very poor relationship, and I didn't want to be at home. I'm at cause for it because I wanted to have a better life for myself. And as crappy as it sounds, getting kicked out was a it made me stronger, right? So that's how I'm at cause for that. And it took me a long time. It took me a very long time. And when I finally decided to be at cause for it, what happened was a lot of anger melted away. I didn't hold on to so much resentment anymore. And I could just be kinder to myself. I think that was, the biggest thing. So remembering that we don't have to, being at cause doesn't mean that we have to forgive others if we don't want to. But what it does do is it helps you forgive yourself, and it helps you be back in that power seat. You take your power back. So, how are you at cause? What is going on in your life right now where you have been living at effect and you now have an opportunity to shift it and to be at cause? Another example I have for you, which I think I mentioned a couple weeks ago when I was so tired, right? I was like, okay, like I got to surrender, but I don't want to surrender. So I finally surrendered. And the second part of that was, though, like, how am I at cause for me being so tired? And once I could put myself at cause, I could finally do something about it, right? Because I was living at effect of being tired. So once I asked myself, how am I at cause for this? I looked at my lifestyle and I was like, you know what? I'm not working out. I'm not eating healthy. I'm not doing my journaling. I'm not doing my meditation, my breath work. I'm not doing my self care. I'm stretching myself way too thin. And so I decided to take ownership of all of that and to shift my schedule, to shift my lifestyle, to start prioritizing my health again. And lo and behold, I'm not tired anymore. So being at cause can be such a simple shift like that that then helps you um, do the things that you want to do. Like I wanted to be energized, and then it can go all the way as deep as you healing and letting go of any abuse or trauma that you've been holding on to, that you've been allowing to dictate your own beliefs, right? To dictate what's possible for you. When I'm working with clients and they are in that victim mindset, I know that they're not going to get anywhere until they put themselves at cause. Because when you put yourself at cause, you can gather the positive learning lessons, you can gather the resources from going through that experience. Because all these experiences that we're going through in our lives, I truly look at them um as teaching moments. If I had an easy life, if any of us had an easy life, then we wouldn't be the person that we are now. So the purpose for challenges is to really help us grow. The way that I look at it is that every challenge is personally designed for me for a purpose. If I was stronger, or if I was better, or if I was bigger, then it wouldn't be a challenge, right? So I'm so grateful for these challenges that have really stretched me, for these challenges that have really caused me to get still and very honest with myself about how am I at cause for that, so that I can be the person that I am now. One last thing that I want to touch on, with this cause versus effect and being at cause, is to remind you that the extent that you are angry or sad about your circumstances is the extent that you will stay stuck. Let me say that again. The extent that you are angry or sad about your circumstances is the extent that you will stay stuck. So if you want to move forward in your life, if you want to take charge of your life, if you want to achieve the things that you want to have, you need to take a really good look at yourself and ask yourself if you're allowing external circumstances to create the experience of your life. So remember my saying that I have is that it's not your circumstances that create your experiences, it's your thoughts about the circumstances that create your experience. So that's what this is about, right? Are you allowing external circumstances to keep you stuck? Or are you going to be at cause, take charge, and shift your life? Have a positive mindset, be a victor. Ask yourself, how is this happening for me? Instead of why is this happening to me? The how is this happening for me is synonymous to how am I at cause. So you can ask it in two different ways. So if you're working with a client and you're asking them, well, how are you at cause? And they're like not responding to it, try asking them, how is this happening for you? And you may have to just do some more coaching. Not everyone, you want to meet your clients where they're at. Not everyone is going to be um, like emotionally or mentally at a position to be able to instantly move into that vector mindset, and that's okay. Continue to build rapport, continue to coach, continue to ask questions, continue to help them uncover what the root cause of their symptoms are. Throw some Reiki in there, just some energy healing, and then they will start to see how this is happening for them instead of why or how it's happening to them. So that's all for today. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you can take this empowerment formula and integrate it into your own life, looking at perhaps where in your life you're living at effect, any place that you feel stuck, and asking yourself, how am I at cause for this? And notice how many more solutions and opportunities you have. Notice how much more opens up for you when you decide to be at cause for your life, to be at cause for your success, and to be at cause for your healing. This like 1000% applies to your healing, because in order to heal you have to be willing to take loving, personal, radical responsibility. So if you liked this episode, hit me up on Instagram. Let me know. I'd love to just hear your feedback. And if there are any other requests that you guys might have in regards to coaching, NLP, you'll start to see more educational teachings on how to be the best coach possible, because that's definitely where my passion is right now. With me launching my coaching certification and my NLP certification, I'm really seeing that this lights me up. Teach a man how to fish, and you can, he can fish for the rest of his life. However that saying goes. That's really how I feel. I mean, I love coaching and I love working with my clients one on one. And I love teaching you guys how to coach yourself and how you can then go on and coach others. So you'll definitely see a little bit of shift in content there. So if there are any questions that you have, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. I'll see you next week, same time, same place. Don't forget to be your highest self. Bye for now.